Okay, I'm just going to make another little edit here. I'm going to click here on take 6 and drag to the right. And now you can see that what would happen is that the piece of audio would start on take 7, drop to take 6 here, go back to take 7 and back to 6. It's not what I want ultimately, but it's just to prove a point to you here, show you something here. And we have a little focus area here, this bar, and we've got 2 clip handles. And if I drag them, you see they both move. That may not be what you want, so click outside them so they can work independently. And I can drag over and I'll drag over here. But if you click in the middle, you have this focus area. And this is pretty useful if you want to use some keyboard shortcuts. And I'm going to show you those right now. Here's a very useful keyboard shortcut. If you hold down the Alt and Command keys and use the up and down arrows, you can select different rows and thus different bits of audio to go into your composited final effort. Now, if you hold down Shift, Alt and Command, you can move along into different sections like this. So if you wanted to do what you've just done, but over here, if I let go of the Shift key now and move the arrow up, see, I can select that piece of audio. So you can move along using Shift, Alt and Command. See the focus area changing. And if you let go of the Shift, just using Alt and Command and the up and down arrows, you can select different bits of audio on different rows. So obviously up and down arrows to go up and down, and left and right arrows to go along through the different sections. So that's a good way of finding your way around and automatically selecting bits of audio. It's a good way of assembling your composited audio, isn't it? If you want to audition or listen to, if you like, a piece of audio without running the sequencer, if you press the I key on your computer keyboard, I'm very lucky, I've got a Reason dedicated keyboard made by Editor's Keys. So mine's actually got a speaker icon on it. But anyway, I'm going to press that key. Now you can see you've got the speaker icon come up. If you press and hold,
deep in the ocean or out,
the audio plays from that point until you let go.
deep in the ocean,
Or down here.
in the ocean or out.
And it carries on beyond the part that's selected or highlighted. It just plays that entire take. So it's a good way of auditioning a compro without selecting, you know, the speaker icon. It will still work
in
that mode. And by the way, if the sequencer is running,
deep in the ocean or...
It's only a bit weird, isn't it, because I'm jumping down. If the sequencer is running, this little keyboard shortcut overrides that. So I'll let the sequence run and see what happens when I press the speaker icon down.
Out into space, deep in the ocean, deep in the into space, deep in the ocean.
Bit confusing that, I know, but when I let go, do you see the sequence just carries on?
Or out, deep in the ocean, deep in the ocean.
Now the playhead will still move, okay, in the normal way, but the bit of audio you're hearing is what you're pressing down on. So it's just a really cool way of listening quickly to something.
Deep in the
You might just want to keep checking something to think why you're doing this. You know, it's not. There is a reason in it. You might want to hear this little bit here.
Space, into space, into space, into...
To really hear whether it's in tune or in time, of whatever reason. So that's the speaker tool selected with the I key. Now, if you've got your normal arrow tool, your select tool, on, and that's because you would have pressed Q last, the Q key on your computer keyboard. If you hold down the Command key, you'll see it changes to the razor tool. Now, normally the way to get the razor tool is to press R, which I've just done there. See, I'm going to press Q again. But again, nice little shortcut. If you want the razor tool quickly, press and hold the Command key, drag over, and you've got the R, the razor tool. Let go and it drops back to the normal arrow select tool. Very, very handy. And here's another little shortcut for you. If you've got your normal arrow tool selected, if you hold down Shift and Command, that brings up the speaker tool.
Out into space.
Let go and it drops back to the normal select tool. Again, Just a little shortcut. If you can be bothered to learn these things, it really speeds up your workflow. In the next video, I'm going to talk about wrapping things up and bouncing.